Hello everyone, welcome to Kanya Calling. Today's story is about what sounds do you hear? Sounds interesting, isn't it? So let's jump right into the story.
There was a farmer who had come to meet his friend in the city. His basic purpose was to buy some things that were not easily available in the countryside. So the friends were happy to meet each other and they both went to the market. Now, the marketplace was a buzzing place wherein the street performers were trying to gain people's attention by several tricks and noises that they were making. The hawkers were trying to sell their wares, displaying them and trying to attract customers. And the horse led in the chariots, right? The charioteers were trying to make a noise to so that the people can clear their way. It was quite overwhelming. And in between this, the farmer told his friend, "Listen, dear, do you hear the sound of cricket?" Now, just to clarify, the cricket here does not mean the game of cricket, but rather an insect which makes loud noise by rubbing his wings together. So the friend said, "Are you dreaming or are you imagining while walking? In this scenario, how can you hear the sound of cricket?" He said, "You can." He said, "No, I don't think I have the ability to hear like you have. Maybe staying in the countryside has given you that advantage." So he said, "Okay, let me just show you." So he took him a little away and they looked closely and they really could see a cricket. His friend was pleasantly surprised and he was of the opinion that staying in the countryside has given him this advantage. But the farmer completely disagreed. He said, "I can prove you wrong right away." His friend said, "How?" He said, "Do you have some coins, some change?" His friend said, "Yes, I do have." He went to his pocket, took out some change and gave to him. And then he said, "Notice, all the people here, they are busy in their activities. They are going in different directions, trying to figure out some shops, the products that they want, and busy dealing, negotiating, and nobody really cares about what we are doing or talking or what other sounds that are there." So he said, "Now let me show you something." So he took those coins and tossed them in the air. Now, as the coins touched the ground, the cobblestones, they made the tiny tinkling sound. And as if in a moment transformation had happened, people just turn around at, to look at the coins, and some of them even knelt down to pick up the coins. The farmer said, "Do you see the difference? People here are busy listening to the sound of commerce, whereas I prefer listening to the sound of nature. Therefore, I was able to hear the cricket while others aren't." His friend nodded. He completely agreed to it. So basically, if we see that the abilities to hear were no different, but the belief in themselves was. Now, we often underestimate ourselves and do not really realize the huge potential that lies inside us. And that's why we think normally, oh, XYZ can do it, perhaps I can't, maybe he's born with some extra capabilities, not me. Even the other challenge is we spread ourselves too thin. We are just going after too many things. If we take the example of, let's say, the marketplace where they were, there will be uncountable number of things that were available. And if we were to ask, we would perhaps want all of them for us, and preferably at the same time. Now that's like juggling too many balls at once, right? They're bound to fall. This is another problem because of which we do not really believe in ourselves or think that something is not achievable. Now, it's just purely about choices. It's making about some conscious choices. Now, just as the farmer had pointed out, when we come across different situations, right? Let's say when we come across people, do we focus on their virtues, their good qualities? Or do we focus on the habits that annoy or irritate us the most? Similarly, when we are in some moral dilemma, do we give way to greed or do we listen to our conscience? Similarly, as it is said, right, life is all about choices. The choices that we make, they define us, and the things, whether good or bad, whatever we focus on, whatever we get into, they amplify in our lives. Now, similarly, if we come to this point of decision making and making a clear choice, believing in ourselves, as the farmer said, now let's say if we have a clear goal and we are committed to something, then we can this particular goal can make way through all the chaos and reach its destination. Just that it's about how committed or how sincere we are towards it. Now let's take, to understand this, let's take the example of healthcare. If we want to focus on our health, do we get carried away with all the eateries and restaurants selling junk, quick service delivery restaurants, and nowadays even with home delivery? Do we really fall for these? Or do we make healthy and conscious choices? Do we really do something about, let's say, walk or maybe do some exercise or yoga? Or maybe live with excuse that we are too busy or too tired, or maybe we do not have enough resources? So the moment we really commit to our health, then we will be able to cut through all the chaos that we just spoke about and listen to the cricket just like the farmer did. So now that you know the secret, can you listen to the cricket?
You only get two things in life: time and choices. It's all about how you use your finite time and what choices do you make. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our channel, and do leave your comments.